Boxers, you both received your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. Let's touch gloves. Have a good, clean fight.
When you hear opportunity knock, Jesse James Leija said before this fight on why he took it, let him in for dinner. But look who's coming for dinner.
Leija spent most of his career at 126 and 130 pounds. He has had previous experiences fighting as a lightweight, but it's awfully difficult to go in against a guy like Shane Mosley, who walks around at about 155. The separated rib cartilage is on the right side, or check it, the left side of Leija's body. It would be the right hand with which Mosley would dig to the rib cage to find that target. But Shane told us, I won't do anything special because of that. I'll land the punches that are open for me.
Now, Leija is starting out bending forward, up and down. That's what you want to do. Mosley keeps his right hand down. You want to make sure that you lower him to keep it even lower. Throw punches downward for the first 2 rounds so you can get him relaxed. Come on top with a left hook. Things can change.
You saw Leija wing a right hand because Mosley has a habit of letting the left hang out there. But he may be inviting it.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, like a lot of power punchers, Mosley loves to keep his hands down to tempt the opponent to come at him.
Stop punch.
When you're fighting a puncher, you want to make him come forward and throw away some of that hot air. Throw it away, make him walk forward. When they're practicing, all of the combinations are thrown when their whoever's holding the hand pads, standing forward, moving forward. So you want them to move backwards a little bit and make them do what they don't practice. That's what Leija should do now. Just back up every now and then. It's not going to make you look, it's not going to shame you to back up a little bit.
Get out.
Leija's a total professional. He doesn't care how he looks in there if he can be effective.
Good work on the inside, I thought, there by Leija.
He's gotten to the body a couple of times in the early going.
There's the first right hand to that left side.
Stop punch. Get out.
Now already he has Shane Mosley throwing 1 shot at a time. Just by moving backwards, you can nullify the combinations.
So in the tactical battle so far in round 1, Jesse James Leija is doing the right thing.
He's doing the right thing. You jab every now and then, but stay backwards. Make him throw 1 shot at a time because you're not there.
And Mosley having to reach to land as Leija keeps the distance between them.
That was a very good round for you, Shane. Put your legs out. Okay. Just relax a little more so you can see.
Head button.
Yeah, I gotta watch your head. Just relax a little more so you can see what's happening, okay? And move off the line so you can get your jabs off. Work your jabs a little more.
Is he cut? Is he cut? A little bit. See, yeah, on this other side. Okay. Oh, shoot. Right there, come on. No, it's high. Don't worry.
Come on, Bill. You got to roll a little bit more, okay? Okay. Be a little faster. Keep that jab going. All right. You roll down your jab, like I said, remember?
Close your eyes.
Seconds out!
Okay. And working with some jabs, okay? Set up some jabs.
Must have been a headbutt while we weren't looking. Both corners operating on their fighters.
And George, we heard Jack Mosley asking his son Shane to move off the line so he could land some jabs. What does that mean?
Well, he's going to have a difficult time doing it because you really want him to step around. You have to jab this guy in a circle. You want to get him off of his defense. Don't stand and watch what you're doing. Kind of move up a little bit, forward just a little bit.
So he needs Mosley to move laterally to his left to set up the jab. There was a good lead right hand.
He didn't mention that to him. You just have to step and move in a circle. But if you step forward, then Leija has a better chance of doing some counter punching himself.
Leija, of course, trying to land his counter right over Mosley's often low left hand.
And what you want to do is bend down. Leija should bend down whenever he comes after you with his hands down. Just jab up. You won't miss him.
Mosley loading up with the right hand to the body, and then comes upstairs with a hard right hand to the top of Leija's skull.
But these punches are hurting Leija, I can tell you that. But Mosley is discouraged because he would prefer to throw a combination or two, which he just did.
Leija himself, in discussions with us, made the comparison between fighting Mosley, a superstar, and fighting De La Hoya, as he did a couple of years ago at Madison Square Garden. He said, hey, against Oscar, I underestimated him, and I allowed him to hit me with big bombs early. Priority one here is not to get caught with big bombs early.
They're doing a fine job now moving to Shane Mosley's to his left. Now, Mosley is not accustomed to that. You want to do that for a few rounds to get him off balance. Move left, make your guy think.
1-2 with Mosley.
Mosley crosses his feet whenever Leija moves to his left.
Now Leija goes in the other direction.
Leija is in safety zone whenever he moves to his left.
To his own left?
No, to Shane Mosley's
to Shane Mosley's left. So when Leija moves to his right, toward Shane's left hand,
he gets himself right back in the danger zone. But he can keep this fight going all night just by simply moving to the left, jabbing every now and then, extend the fight, get you some combination. A guy like Mosley, he has so many knockouts, he doesn't like to go round after round.
Stop. Good job. All right. And let's watch the miss. Good job, fellas. Time! Good job.
Top lightweights, Larry.
Take a look at the highly regarded lightweights in the world. You see Mosley, regarded as the best. Cesar Bazan, who we would like to fight, has one of the belts. Israel Cardona, who was originally scheduled for this fight tonight and pulled out. And Steve Johnston, a former champion who actually beat Mosley in the amateurs once.
Several times already.
But who lost earlier this year to Bazan.
He's good enough veteran, but he's not going to let you see it. Okay? So you just got to get the mentality that this is power boxing. And we're going to let the punches flow real relaxed so your arms don't get tight or anything like that.
Here comes Steve. Watch him, okay? He's fast.
You heard Jack Mosley say to his son, we want him to get the idea that this is power boxing. He calls Shane Mosley a power boxer, throwing combinations with power. He wants him to start dictating that power.
Leija working to the body in tight.
Good job.
Mosley with a couple of return efforts.
I like the idea that Leija is moving occasionally to Mosley's left at his own discretion. His corner's not telling him to do it. A thinking fighter.
Been around a long time. You couldn't beat a Zuma Nelson twice without having your head together in the ring.
His ability to think. Now the referee is telling him to keep his head up. I don't know why. He's not the taller guy. How can his head not be up?
Right cross from Mosley caught Leija flush and seems to have stunned him just a little bit. Mosley goes right back to the right to determine if Leija has his legs. Lands it one more time.
Stop punch.
Leija trying to buy a little time while his head clears.
Well, that was power boxing.
I think the Leija is doing a good job as long as he has Shane Mosley throwing one shot at a time.
Good counter left hand in there by Leija, landed flush on the chin of Shane Mosley.
One shot at a time for Mosley. As long as he's doing that, Leija's got a good chance of extending this fight.
Against quality opposition, Mosley has had to chop down his opponents. Hasn't been a one-punch knockout guy until late in the rounds after he's weakened the opposition.
He knocked out an undefeated fighter, Jorge Morales, in New York City in September. Had a spectacular performance last year against Demetrius Sabalas here on HBO. Actually, that was earlier this year.
Now Mosley is executing his left jab a lot better. Bounces on his feet. You see a guy start to bounce like that, he's thinking something is going right.
Leija sneaking in a couple of lefts. Mosley landing his jab. Now left hook sneaks past the guard of Leija.
Good right hand to the body. Almost an uppercut by Shane Mosley.
Had an uppercut motion, landed on the ribcage.
Those punches hurt because you're not prepared. Your body's extended.
Leija again trying to get to the body himself. It's been a tactical battle through the first 3 rounds. Mosley's power in evidence, but Leija able to limit his opportunities.
You heard him real good. Don't worry about trying to knock him out. I know. It'll come. I'm trying to put pressure on him. Huh? But Gargle had to take that out. Okay? What? Trying to keep the pressure on him. Okay, keep the pressure on him. Okay? That's good. Keep the pressure on him. Continue to work your jab. Get on your toes a little bit.
Grabbing me home. He hit you hard. Grab him 2-3 times. You know, pinch him 2-3 times. Push him back. Push him back.
Here's that big right hand that landed a little bit high, following a sneak right hand earlier in the round. But there you see, Leija is not backing off.
And indeed, by CompuBox numbers in the first 3 rounds, Leija is holding his own in terms of the number of power shots landed. Mosley has landed more punches, but the difference, the margin is coming in the jab category. When they go to power punches, Leija's landing one for every one he takes. Now, Mosley's may be the harder shots, and over the course of the fight, that could prove to be the difference.
That Mosley is quick. He just threw a left jab to the body and he spin around with a right hand to the side. That's a difficult punch combination.
He has a lot of gifts. You know, you don't take on the nickname Sugar unless you're pretty certain of yourself in there. Draws at least 2 obvious and dangerous comparisons.
Leija's got to make certain he doesn't be in one spot long. You got to do what you're going to do and move into another position.
Good chopping left hand by Leija there. Hasn't been able to hurt Mosley yet, but he's made contact.
Whenever Leija's stationary, he gets 2 or 3 good shots. If he moves just a slight bit, Mosley throws 1 punch at a time.
Like that, George.
Yeah, it can go on all night like that. And once he decides to be stationary, he catches it.
Get out, 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 get out.
Yo, that head button is getting to him a little bit.
Low blow by Leija.
All right, pick him up. It's all right.
Referee Eddie Cotton steps in.
Okay. Go.
And in case you ever wonder if the protective cuff works, here's your answer. Suddenly switching southpaw for a moment, Shane Mosley. And out of the southpaw stance, he tries to rip with left hand leads. Gets a left hand to the body. I don't much like the look of the flicking right jab out of this southpaw stance.
You know, one thing when a guy starts to switch, there's some kind of frustrations in there. You can't pick it up exactly. Maybe he got caught on the corner of the eye. The guy is moving, throwing him off by moving one position to another. And when when you're a good fighter like that, you don't switch unless there's something wrong.
Mosley arcing that uppercut to the body twice. One was blocked, one landed. Leija continuing to find ways to limit the opportunities. Go ahead, George.
Mosley was able to get in a good right hand right on the side of the head. That's kind of frustrating because he thinks his power is not effective, but it is. Just that he didn't land it just deep enough and around the chin.
Left hook landed for Leija, as you saw. Mosley lands a right hand over the top and follows it with two more as the bell sounds. Still to come tonight, light heavyweight champion Roy Jones Jr. defending that title, although doing so 3 pounds below the limit at 172 against Otis Grant, a middleweight, coming up 12 pounds in weight for the big opportunity to fight Roy. Earlier this week, Roy Jones struck a blow for charity, and we'll have more on that as the evening goes along.
So continue to relax when you throw your punches, but place them accurately, the target, okay? Let's do cause you to win. I feel if you won every round, but you can work your legs a little more to get yourself in a position to throw the body shot.
Leija tells us that he reads motivational books like The Power of Positive Thinking and Tao Sports. He seems well motivated tonight, George.
Done a good job. He has a strategy. He's been able to keep to it. And I think that's great. When you're going up against a young tiger like Shane Mosley, you want to have a strategy. Forget about all of the macho stuff. Get your strategy and keep it.
Harold, how do you have it scored through the first 4 rounds?
Jim, a relatively easy fight to score. 4-0, 40-36. Sugar Shane Mosley. The champion's winning this fight, you know, with hand speed. I mean, dropping beautiful right hands, nice left jabs, good combinations. Jim, one thing I got to tell you, that cup works fine unless you throw a low blow in an upward direction and you ride that cup up. Then you virtually cripple a guy. When you bring it up, that's when it hurts.
You got to be trying to do that.
Yeah, we're fighting somebody a foot taller.
You know what? It never hurts unless you're rich. You're a poor guy, you just keep fighting. Nothing bothers you.
You must have a good memory, George.
No doubt. Used to travel around the little town. Oh, good right hand by Shane Mosley. The problem is whenever he lands a good shot, he's going forward. He's not effective. Target needs to be stationary so we can get a good combination in on it.
Mosley said he wouldn't necessarily focus on throwing right hands to the body to try to get at Leija's recovering rib cage, but the right hand to the body has become a major weapon in the arsenal as the fight has progressed.
Good right hand now by Leija. That's what you want to do. You want your taller opponent to get his head lower for you.
Jesse James Leija totally unintimidated, but when he gets close, he pays a price like that, as you saw the hand speed again of Shane Mosley.
He's been able to do what we said early on in the fight. Lower this guy to get his right hand down to the lower, his left hand too. Then you got your combination as he just caught him with the tip hand of the left hook. The tip of it. Another left hook.
Larry was talking earlier about Jack Mosley's phrase, power boxing. When you see Shane Mosley use his feet to rapidly get into position to attack with a power punch, that's exactly what his dad is talking about.
He's able to land a good combination there. Each one right on top of the head, even with the eye.
Well, Leija is certainly showing he has a world-class chin. I believe he's stopped once in his 10-year career. That was in the 12th round.
Second round, Oscar De La Hoya.
Excuse me, right. I was thinking of another fighter named Otis Grant.
Getting better, man. You're getting better.
Take some deep breaths. Take some deep breaths.
Good, man. Good. Just keep moving, man. Sometimes you're moving to the right. You do what we said. Okay. You got to throw you right overhand when he comes in. Catch him with an uppercut. You're not trying to do this. You got to try it.
Okay. Okay. But when you throw the left right, step over a little bit so you can go to the body. You might hit the elbow, you might hit the body. Okay? But you got to get down a little bit so you can do that. And you got to be off the line so you can create that opening. Right. Okay? Okay. Take a deep breath. I think this is the 6th round, 6th or 7th round. 6th round coming up. 6th round coming up. Keep them on us.
Leija told us that he underestimated Oscar De La Hoya when he fought him. Walked right into his big left hand.
Hasn't made the same mistake here tonight. Smart fighter learns from experience. Letterman gives another round to Mosley. It's a shutout on Harold's card so far. Low blow by Shane this time.
Okay, I got you. Must sure you keep him up. Okay, you all right? How you feel? You all right? Okay, let's go.
See, that quick, Leija has been able to make Shane Mosley get away from what his dad told him. That's what you want to do. Do something to get him away from his direction. Good left hook by Leija that time. Caught a right hand in exchange, though.
Partially blocked, but Mosley has done some serious damage to the body in this round. He's landed 2 hard lefts and 2 hard rights to the body, and that created the opening for the right hand that ultimately puts Jesse James Leija down. And it is scored as a knockdown.
7.
You know, I didn't think it was a knockdown. Looked to me like he was going backwards, fell into the ropes, and then after he was in the ropes, Mosley hit him.
Yeah, but I think Mosley had landed a big enough right hand in driving him back there that it convinced referee Eddie Cotton to call it a knockdown.
I think that's exactly what happened, Jim.
Shane, that's close. That's close. Okay, I don't want to have to tell you again. Look, I don't have to tell you again, okay? All right?
Shane's well aware that it's the body punishment that set up that right hand. He wants to go back there.
And another thing, his dad told him to get low a little bit. He may have to just stand up a little higher when he throws that left hook. May not be good. Whoa, with a right hand. May not be a good idea to bend down and get low with it. Just let it go from your height.
These are whistling right hands by Mosley, and Leija is shying away from the damage at this point.
Yeah, this guy, Shane Mosley, goes right to the body.
2 quick left hooks. Leija totally on the defensive. Now he lands a big right hand.
Boy, that Leija really has some
good combination by Leija.
Courage, great courage by Jesse James Leija. You were going to say he has cojones, Larry?
I would like you to say, Jim, yes.
He has cojones. All of his fans in Texas know what we mean. Sugar Shane busting him to the body again as they come down the stretch of round 6. It's been a huge round for Shane Mosley, who was credited with the first knockdown of the fight, but also was twice warned for low blows by Eddie Cotton, so you have to assume that the next low blow by Mosley would cost him a point.
Okay, when you get him hurt, Shane, take your time, aim at your target. You got him hurt, aim at your target. Don't start getting out of control, okay? Take a deep breath. Piece of water.
Set with those punches. I want 3, 4 punches. Here, 3, 4. Pick your hands up. Keep them high.
What's the left uppercut?
Keep your elbows high. Keep your elbows tight.
Round 7, huh?
Let's take a look at the knockdown, Larry, and give us another interpretation.
All right, here you see is a big right hand right there that stunned Leija momentarily. And now as they wrestle and push back, you can see that it was pushing that got him there and a punch that kept him there.
Right on the money.
As a professional fighter, Leija has done himself some good where others are turning around and marching in the opposite direction from Mosley. Leija is here. Big purse for him, $250,000, and he's making the most of it.
Well, I think what we see from Leija tonight suggests that he would have had an excellent chance of beating Gabe Ruelas last month if he had gotten the fight for which he was originally scheduled in before he hurt his ribcage.
Yep. But to his credit, he's taking this outstanding young fighter on, getting shut out and beaten up, but not without a fight.
Gabe Ruelas ultimately was beaten last month by John Brown, the man who stepped in for Leija, and I think, you know, you got to look at Leija tonight and say, well, he would have done well too. And Mosley is a much more difficult opponent. For that, that's an injustice. Eddie Cotton couldn't even see that one.
Time out. All right, look. That was no. Guys, look. Well, look, I'm taking a point. We got 1 point. Slow ball. We got 1 point.
Low or legal, George? What'd you think?
Really close, but I would give it the body shot because it was clean. It did touch the body some.
I thought it was a clean body shot.
I thought so too.
And since Mosley was between Leija and Cotton, I don't know how Cotton could have called that.
I think he was guessing. Harold, half the glove was above the waistband, half the glove was below.
Jim, let me tell you something. Jesse James Leija is wearing those trunks high. The defining line is the belly button. You can't see his belly button, and neither can I. When Shane Mosley hit him in the body, it was perfectly legal because he hit him on that waistband, and the waistband is in illegal territory because he's wearing those trunks so high.
It's all going to be a moot point if Leija continues to take the kind of punishment upstairs that he's taken in the last 2 rounds. Mosley is gradually solving this puzzle, George.
Yeah, and the referees had been doing a good job up until then, so you kind of want to lean and think, well, maybe he thought something anyway.
Well, he had seen the progression of low blows earlier and didn't want it to get out of hand. That's a good instinct. Leija continues to show his courage. Mosley continues to hammer him over the top with right hands and left hooks. And then occasionally to drop down and do the same to Leija's body.
Yeah, there's a cut on Leija, on the, either it's the bridge of Leija's nose or it's over toward the left eye. Can't tell yet.
I think it might be the left eye.
And catching that right hand clean.
Yeah, at first Mosley was landing the right hand over and over to the top of Leija's head. But in the last couple of rounds, he's managed to get him around the eyes and on the cheekbones.
And he's keeping his eyes on his opponent now.
It's all right. It's all right. You're doing great. You're doing great. What you got to do is go.
My left knuckle.
Okay, you're doing great. He's got a hard head, so that's, you know, you just got.
You're standing still too long. You're throwing and you're standing there.
You gotta move. Okay? You're listening. You gotta stop moving.
We got one thing. You're throwing 1, 2, 3, and you stop right there. Now what thing? You're getting behind. Punch. Water, Leo. Step in and punch. Mosley.
Come on. Let me work. Let me work.
Come on, Joe. Time's wasting.
No, we got it. We got it.
Remember, worry about trying to knock him out. But if you get him hurt, take advantage of it.
8 rounds.
All right?
8 rounds.
8 rounds.
Let's see if this was a low blow. Right on the border, trunks high, clean blow.
So he loses the point that he had gained by knocking Leija down in the preceding round, and maybe there's a form of justice in that. You see there, Harold Letterman still with Shane Mosley well ahead. By CompuBox punch stat numbers, it's a wipeout now. Mosley landing 100 more punches in the fight than has Leija, much of the margin having been accumulated in the last 2 rounds.
Mosley's got the same spring in his feet that he had in the first round, this round.
He's a well-conditioned fighter, no bad habits, loves to be in the gym. Fought September in New York, as we mentioned. He was out of the gym for about a week and a half and then stepped right back in to prepare for this fight. And his sparring sessions are legendary on the West Coast because Shane, through the early portions of his professional career and even back in his amateur days, has sparred with some of the biggest names in the sport.
Now Leija's is no longer carrying the fight at all. He's just waiting to catch and protect himself.
That's good. That's good. All that's good.
Shane sparred for this fight with the well-known middleweight Obakar.
He's a welterweight, Jim.
Excuse me, welterweight. Thank you, Larry.
That little left uppercut hook seemed to open up the cut even a little bit more, draw a little bit more blood from Leija.
You can believe Shane Mosley's fingers may be hurting a little bit after throwing so many right hands to the top.
Well, he told his dad when he came back to the corner at the end of the last round, he said to his dad, "I think I hurt my left hand." And his dad said, "Oh yeah, okay. Well, he's got a hard head. In other words, don't pay too much attention to it. You still got to fight."
Hit a guy high on top of the head. Eventually, your fingers start to swell. Now he's just sliding forward, throwing big right hands.
He's some kind of body puncher too, George. He is some kind of body puncher.
He has the package.
Right hand lands flush, left hook to the body.
He's landing a lot of shots to Leija's head. Another on the side of the head. Oh, that hurt.
That one hit his ear, hurt him in the ear.
I think Jesse's great courage has carried him about as far as he's going to go, and right now, intelligence is beginning to take over.
Let me see. Come on. Okay, go.
Jesse's hurt.
Makes it out of the 8th round, but how much more of that does he want?
The docket, guys. How you doing, docket? How you doing? What happened with the ear? Talk to me.
Hit him right on it.
I hit him right on it.
You all right?
Yeah, just
You want to go ahead?
Yeah.
Continue.
You want to do that, you got to stay inside. You got to stay inside and fight like hell. Okay. If you ain't going to do that, then let us stop it right now. Okay. What do you think?
There you go.
I need to fight like hell. He can't fight for going back. Okay. When you ain't talking about he can't fight.
Go to your right.
He can't fight.
Here's the punch that landed on the ear as Leija tried to what they call rubberneck away from that punch. Right on the ear. That's smarts, George, doesn't it?
Which one? Going down was smart.
Now, does Leija have a ringing in his ears right now?
Well, sometimes you get hit and you start pointing to your ears because there's something going wrong in the head. So you don't pay much attention to that.
You heard Jesse James's father asking him if he wanted to go forward, basically saying you got to fight him, and if you don't want to do that, maybe we should stop it right now. And James said, I want to keep going.
Well, that's when you really need an experienced corner man in there. You know, Angelo Dundee saying to the corner man and Muhammad Ali, "I'm the chief corner man. I don't want any more." So you let the fighter save face.
Quickly, Harold, what's your scorecard?
Jim, 79-70. That round 7 where Patton takes a point becomes 9-9. Because Shane Mosley won a round that loses 1 point. Shane Mosley with a big lead, 8-0 in rounds.
And I'm gonna make a guess that's the last time we'll see Harold's scorecard. Larry?
Yeah, I think Leija has shown us his courage, his professionalism, and I don't want to see him take too much more punishment.
I think that's a fair estimation.
Yeah, the corner had a chance to step in and be the hero this time, but they didn't. You don't want to allow your fighter to ask him, is it okay? You're the decision maker. Get your 2%.
Well, we've watched for years the difficulties that fathers sometimes have making the coldest and hardest professional decisions about their sons. James's dad is a pro trainer. He knows what he's doing, and he knows how to believe in his son. But Jesse James Leija has taken a lot of punishment right now from an ultra-skilled hard puncher in Shane Mosley.
Yeah, when your fighter turns to you and holds his ear, he's telling you something. Although he's going back to the body real effectively.
He's a good fighter, and he's proven that in there tonight, even while taking a beating.
Stop punching.
Oh, body shot, hurt. Uppercut with the left hand, hurt. Leija not coming back with much of anything.
Shane Mosley steps around to the left, to the right. He's not in front of the guy. There's no chance he's going to hurt him in the exchange.
He can step to a side and hurt you to the body and come back in front of you and hurt you with an uppercut before you've had time to react.
True, that's what you call true footwork. Best footwork.
So it's something like target practice now for Mosley, and Leija goes down again as Mosley chops at him with the right hand out of a southpaw stance.
And he is badly hurt, Jim.
He went to his corner.
Oh,
He
man, you
wants
have to go, man. You
assistance.
taking a lot of
Yeah,
punches.
he's
You all right?
taking a
Let's go.
terrible beating here.
I thought he might take the mouthpiece out there, and
No, he won't do that. But his corner, as you have said, should by now.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's happening in the body also.
the body punishment is just brutal. And that would have been another knockdown if it hadn't been for the belt.
That's it, Papa.
Give me that shit. What are we doing? That's it. That's it.
Give me 2 minutes low blow.
That's it. That is.
2 minutes low blow.
Doctor stops the fight.
Leo, 2 minutes low blow.
It'll be a TKO for Shane Mosley over a valiant and effective opponent who was simply beaten by great skill.
Tell me where you are.
Come on down in the house, baby. That's right. That's how we do it.
okay.
Pull back, Conrad. Pull back. Grab it from the back. Grab it.
Okay, good.
Look to the other side. Just look to the other side for me.
Jesse James Leija gets $250,000 for tonight's effort. He earned every penny of it.
Oh, man. Oh, shit. That's right, Just I think you would do all that to me, man. Cut me up and stuff.
Gets the respect of Shane Mosley,
I mean, good fighter.
but takes a hard beating. Dr. Michael Schwartz stepping into the corner and saying unequivocally what the rest of us were thinking here at ringside, which was, that's enough.
That's enough.
I agree, man. Good, man. Good, man. There you go.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Everybody else is scared as hell, but hey.
Here's a look at the last knockdown. You can see that Mosley had temporarily switched to a southpaw stance. Then as he was getting back into his conventional stance, Leija from a left and a right hand just took a knee.
Well, it's about that ear he complained about earlier. It was the side of the face. That really hurts. He's been getting hit there all night.
And in a very professional way, Mosley set up a lot of the upstairs punishment with vicious body shots throughout the fight.
Boy, and he's looking to his corner. That's amazing. Help. Help.
So that victory will run Mosley's record to 30-0, 28 knockouts, as we mentioned. Shane Mosley has the highest knockout percentage of any reigning champion in the sport. And I can't help but come back to the point. Jesse James Leija was originally scheduled to fight Gabe Ruelas last month here on HBO. Looking at the way Gabe was that night in losing to John Brown and the way Jesse was tonight, I have to think Leija would have won that fight. But he got a separated ribcage cartilage, took this date 3 weeks later instead, and paid a price.
You got to reach for the stars. Look at Cassius Green. He's the guy with the tip in his mouth there. He hasn't had a winner in a long time, so I'm really happy for him.
He's got one now. Let's go to Larry Merchant, or first, let's go to Mark Barrow, the ring announcer, for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee stops this contest at the end of the 9th round. The winner by technical knockout and still champion, Sugar Shane Mosley.
He's so good. And now some further evidence of how good Mosley was tonight against an excellent opponent, landing 140 more punches than Leija, more than doubling him, and a connect percentage of 45% at the end of the fight. Leija's a guy who normally lands 40% of his punches, but tonight down at 23%. And as we said all along, quite a creditable effort for Leija. He was fighting well to do what he was able to do. Let's go to Larry Merchant in the ring.
All right, thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Shane. Pretty tough guy you fought tonight.
Yeah, he was real tough. I mean, I was just telling him, I said, you have a way of kind of holding your head down. So when I hit him, I was hurting my hands all the time. So I started slowing up on trying to hit him to the head and trying to hit him in the body more because both of my hands were sore. It was hurting me just to hit him.
Because he was bending down and you were hitting him high on the head rather than low on the jaw?
Yeah, I believe that's what it was, Larry. I mean, I kept hitting him and hitting him. I was trying to get a good shot in, and every time I throw it, he'll put his head down real quick, And by like the 6th or 7th round, I was like, man, my knuckles is killing me right now. So let me try to hit him with some clean body shots, because he had a hard head. He did.
Body shots won the fight for you, right?
Yeah, the body shots, I think, won it. I started hitting him in the head, and I started dropping out to the body, and I know he was feeling it, and he was trying to cover it up all the time, but I just kept going to the body.
Who would you like to fight next, even though we don't know if they might want to fight you?
Well, I would like to fight Cesar Barzon. He's the next candidate. I mean, he's a world champion, but if they're not ready, they can wait a little longer. But I would like to fight him maybe in March or February. But it's up to them.
Thank you very much, Shane.
Let me say hi to my sister at home, and my grandfather having a warming party. I'd like to say hi to LA Boxing, Big Bear, and everybody, all my fans.
All right. Thank you for the commercial, Shane. Jim?